Hello and welcome back to the Dreamwood Rings page. This is another sort of incomplete video, but more of a how-to kind of thing. We get asked all the time how to put the opal in our blank rings and our channels without there being any voids, air bubbles, any issues with that. So this is how we do it. There's a lot of videos out there that show different ways of different methods people use. This is what I found to be easiest, and I'll just go from there. First thing you do, depending on the look you want, I'd put in some thicker, medium or thick CA around the band and put individual pieces into it. So this one I want a white opal surrounded by red opal and blue lapis. So I want the white pieces to be larger than all the other ones. And so I'm gonna individually put them just back and forth into this thick CA with a toothpick. Easiest way I found. And the great thing about the thick CA is it doesn't dry until something actually touches it. For the most part, as long as you go quick enough, you won't have an issue. And then with a little bit of CA on your toothpick, you're able to pick up the pieces pretty easily and then drop them down into it. Once we have it all the way around the ring, we still have wet glue. So to avoid any air bubbles in that wet glue and have it dry without any inlay material, I want to take larger chunks mixed with small dust without adding any more glue, and I am going to sprinkle it on that thick CA we have left laying there. Go around the whole ring that way. Sorry, the camera work is just awful, but hopefully you get the point. So again, I haven't added any glue. Just packing it in with the glue that's already there that we added in the first step. These are larger pieces, as you can see. So we have now no gaps yet. I'm going to take the larger pieces I just added and crush into an even finer dust. And this is the red Kool-Aid opal and then a blue lapis together. Starting, we'll go around the ring again, but this time we're going to add in the dust into all of the voids. Make sure to shake it and get it deep in, and then put the thin CA droplet onto this. I like to put the dust in and then the glue. That way we know that we don't have to push the inlay dust into the glue to make sure there's no air bubbles, because it's the dust filling in all the gaps instead of glue. If you have the patience to, I'd recommend doing this on a mandrel. I get too much glue and inlay on my fingers, but I'm not good at doing it while it's on a mandrel. Once that is dry, take it to the lathe with our carbide rougher. Just take it down to the tungsten blank. This tool won't scratch your tungsten ring. It won't scratch tungsten or ceramic, so you don't have to worry about that. Once I get there, I take it about 1/2 millimeter below the lip. Because my mandrel is off-center, I rotated the ring so I can make sure it's the same on both sides. So there are a few gaps. This happens, so I take it down with the carbide rougher, view, see if there's any gaps. There's really not a ton, maybe 1 or 2. Get that dust again, fill it in, and add the thin CA. At this point, all your gaps are filled. It looks good. We'll start sanding it and polishing it. Start with 150, I think, then 220, 400, all the way up as high as you want to go. Now I know I just posted a video bagging on the UV resin, but that is only for solid wood rings. UV resin is the only thing I use for all of my inlay rings. Because it's strong, it won't peel because the edges aren't exposed. Never had an issue with the UV resin in one of these rings. Sometimes when you pour it on like that, you'll get some air bubbles. I just take a toothpick, go slowly, and scrape them out if I see them. Also with this sort of ring, it's just stone and CA, you really don't need a finish on there. But adding a clear coat to something like gives it more reflection, makes the colors look better, makes it pop more. And so I always add it. Once it's dried in the UV bath, we just take it from there and scrape off the excess resin, polish it with the mesh pads, and then polish it with the polishing compound. Again, thanks for the support and watching, and hopefully we'll get some more videos out more frequently than once every few months. Let me know if you guys have any other things that you want to see, any questions. I'm always up to help out.